The Mastiff is a large and reliable breed. However, if you mix it with other breeds, you can get all kinds of dogs. Often their puppies are larger than most dogs and may even fall into the giant category. However, this is not always the case. When you cross two breeds, you never know exactly what you are getting. Puppies can inherit traits from any parent breed, which means they can be like either parent in any way. Some may not even look like Great Danes, depending on the features of the game. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the most popular Mastiff mixed breeds and the traits that they typically have. Subscribe the channel for more videos. Hit the like button and let's get started. Number 16. Mastahula or Catahoula Leopard Dog and Mastiff Mix. Interestingly referred to as a mixed breed, this breed is a cross between a Great Dane and a Catahoula Leopard Dog. They may be one of the rare dogs on this list, but that doesn't mean they're impossible to find. These dogs are very intelligent, so they do their best when they get a job. They are often working dogs throughout the day, so they can find it difficult to lie down all day, like some of the other breeds on this list. They will curl up on the couch and tend to be very attached to their family. However, they are happiest working with their families, be it dog sports or on the farm. These dogs are usually quite large, weighing between 75 and 175 pounds. Their final weight depends on what traits they inherit. Determining how big a puppy is can be difficult, so we generally don't recommend guessing. Be prepared for bigger dogs, but you can get a little less. Number 15. Mastiff and Boxer Mix. When you mix Mastiff and Boxer, you never know exactly what you're getting. They are usually larger, with most puppies over 75 pounds. They can be huge like a Mastiff or something more athletic like a Boxer. In contrast to Mastiffs, they are quite playful and energetic. They are often referred to as personality dogs, because of their often violent personality. Since they are of mixed breed, they can be very energetic or calmer like Mastiffs. You need to plan to give them a reasonable amount of exercise each day. However, don't force them to exercise, as this can lead to joint problems. These dogs are often very difficult to train. The Great Dane's tenacity, combined with the Boxer's inability to concentrate, can often keep your dog from completing training sessions. It's okay to listen to commands in real-life situations. We recommend early and frequent training. Number 14. Mastiff and Husky Mix. Mastiffs and Huskies are very different dogs, so often their mixed breed puppies can be just about anything. You can be as calm as a Mastiff or as energetic as a Husky. They are unlikely to become hyperactive permanently, but their hyperactivity will often show up in waves. You can run very vigorously for 10 minutes and then sleep for a few hours. You tend to play hard and then crash. These dogs make great training partners. However, due to their larger size, they may not be suitable for this. Bigger dogs usually need less exercise simply because they are carrying all the extra weight. Though discreet, these dogs often do not use this intelligence in their training. They are very stubborn and often find it difficult to apply their knowledge in new situations. It's very common for them to learn commands perfectly in class and then not know what you're talking about when you give them orders at home. For this reason, we usually only recommend it to those who have enough time to exercise. Otherwise, they can quickly get out of hand and become more than a handful than you are prepared to handle. Number 13. Mastiff and St. Bernard Mix. The St. Bernard dog is known as a great family dog. These mixed breeds often make great family pets, although they may have some of the guarding instincts that their mother animal has. You tend to spend most of the day lying down and not doing much. They do not have high activity requirements, so they are usually easy to practice with just a game or a short walk. Although they may not accept many strangers, they truly love their family and are very affectionate. You are well known with children. Their larger size allows them to cope with the much more aroused nature of a younger child, while their patient nature allows them to overcome the hyperactivity that often accompanies the child. Number 12. Mastiff and Great Dane Mix. As you can imagine, this mixed race is quite large. You are one of the tallest dogs on this list. Sometimes they can even reach 200 pounds. Unfortunately, this excess weight often puts a strain on your joints and makes them relatively unhealthy. They often have shorter lives than other dogs simply because their bodies are exposed to more stress. They can be almost any color, depending on the color of their parents. They often have a black face mask, although other signs are very likely. Your ears are usually quite flexible. They can drool a bit, especially if they take the Mastiff after their parents. These dogs usually get along well with children. They are very patient, and their size often means they are more likely to accept a child's hyperactivity. Number 11. Mastiff and Shepherd. In some cases, a Great Dane and German Shepherd mix can be an ideal guard dog. In other cases, they can be a lot to deal with. This dog is often very protective of his family and his home territory. Due to their larger size, they can be difficult to control without proper training. Therefore, we only recommend this dog to those who can spare some time for training and socialization. If you are looking for a guard dog, this might be a great choice. These dogs are quite easy to train and are often more than willing to please their owners. For the most part, they are not difficult to learn. However, we recommend a lot of training. Without training, these dogs are potentially dangerous. With his family, this dog is very affectionate and energetic. You need a little more practice than you might expect. However, they usually only need a light walk, especially if you give them plenty of time to play. Number 10. Mastiff and Irish Wolfhound. If you want a dog with big potential, adopt this mixed breed. Mastiff and Irish Wolfhound are absolutely huge. Oftentimes, if you mix them up, you will get a relatively large dog. Make sure you plan on having a large dog before adopting this mixed breed, as they will likely take up a lot of space. This dog is quite calm. They are well behaved internally and are not prone to too many behavioral problems. They can have some protective instincts, but they are usually not as common as pure-breed Great Danes. However, we recommend socializing at an early age to encourage these dogs to accept strangers and other dogs. This mixed breed usually likes their human attention. They're actually kind of a lap dog, though too big to fit in most laps. Due to their size and calm demeanor, they are often good with children. In most cases, they are not strong enough to accidentally drop children. Number 9. Mastiff and Greyhound mix. To be honest, this breed is a bit strange. The combination of a hefty Great Dane and a fast-footed Greyhound can make almost everything up to you. These dogs are usually larger than the Greyhound, but weaker than the Great Dane. Where exactly they fall is very different. They tend to be less active even though they are very athletic. Contrary to some common misconceptions, Greyhounds don't need much exercise. In fact, they tend to be relatively relaxed. These mixed breeds are often quite healthy. They are not prone to many health problems, as they are less likely to inherit the problems that one of their parents may have faced. This dog can have an alert instinct, although it is usually not as dramatic as a purebred Great Dane. They make great family dogs. Better socialization and training from an early age. Number 8. Mastveiler or Rottweiler and Mastiff mix. If you want a serious guard dog, a Mastiff and Rottweiler mix might be the way to go. Both parents were raised to protect, so pole splitters often have serious protective instincts. They can protect better than most of the other dogs on this list, so we usually only recommend them to those who are actively seeking a protection dog. They need a lot of training and socialization. Fortunately, they are rather easy to learn and usually don't have a continuous phase. This makes them much easier to handle than other dogs. They tend to be quite large, with the largest puppies reaching nearly 200 pounds. They take up a lot of space, but are usually not very active. You just need plenty of room to lie down. These dogs are usually very friendly with their owners. They get in touch with family and are a bit quiet until someone comes along they don't know. Number 7. Mastiff and American Bulldog mix. Often, the Mastiff-American Bulldog mix can be extremely protective. They are often aloof towards strangers, though they can be very friendly towards their families. They are also quite obedient in some cases, though other times, they can be stubborn. Training and socialization are recommended starting at a very young age, as this ensures that you're prepared for anything. This dog usually isn't very active. They love to cuddle with their family but typically won't require much activity. Still, it is important to regularly exercise them to prevent obesity and keep them healthy. Some can be a bit energetic, especially as puppies. It mostly depends on which traits come from where. Just like with people, some dogs are simply more hyperactive than others. Their coat is usually short and smooth. They may inherit the black face mask, or they may not. They are often on the larger side of things, so keep this in mind when you're adopting this mixed breed. Number 6. Mastiff and Great Pyrenees mix. Because both of these breeds are larger, you typically end up with much larger puppies. The smallest puppies are usually not under 80 pounds, while the largest dogs can be well over 100 pounds. Their hair is often long and white, though you can end up with a puppy that has nearly any coat type. They typically require quite a bit of grooming, so we recommend only adopting this breed if you have plenty of time on your hands. These dogs shed a lot. This breed often has some sort of protective instincts, though the extent can vary quite a bit. We recommend plenty of socialization and training from a young age to counteract this. These dogs do tend to be a bit less protective than their Mastiff parent, though. No matter what traits they inherit, they tend to be laid back and require very little exercise. They can easily be described as rug dogs, due to their tendency to lay on the floor like a rug for much of the day. Number 5. Mastiff and Bernese Mountain Dog Mix. Both the Mastiff and Bernese Mountain Dog are fairly large. This mixed breed tends to be extremely large as well, so ensure that you have the room available before you adopt. The dog may be long-haired or short-haired. The Mastiff does carry a long-haired gene that is usually recessive. The Bernese Mountain Dog can bring out this gene and leave you with a long-haired dog that requires a bit of grooming. This breed may have some serious protective instincts, or they may be extremely friendly. It depends on the traits each dog inherits, as well as what socialization they receive as a puppy. We highly recommend this dog for those that are experienced with handling larger breeds, as they tend to be quite stubborn on some occasions. Number 4. Mastable or American Pit Bull Terrier and Mastiff Mix. Breeding Mastiffs with the American Pit Bull Terrier produces a dog that is often referred to as a Mastiff, or Pit Mastiff. However, these dogs are often more energetic and sociable than the Great Dane. Despite some common misconceptions, the American Pit Bull Terrier is not very protective. On the contrary, they are usually very hyperactive and sociable. Poles will likely develop some of these characteristics. They may be a little less distant than the Mastiff, but they may not be as calm as they are. Where they sit on this scale depends on what traits the dog has inherited, as well as how well they socialized as puppies. This mixed breed can vary significantly due to differences between the two parents. Therefore, you should be prepared for almost anything. These dogs are often reluctant to be left alone because of their high social skills. Because of this, they are prone to fear of isolation. Number 3. Mastador or Labrador Retriever and Mastiff Mix. When you pair a Mastiff with a Labrador Retriever, you earn a Mastador. These dogs can be very friendly or can be very aloof and distant. It mainly depends on which trait you inherited from which parent. It can be difficult to predict a dog's personality as they grow up, so it's a mixed breed that you really don't know where you're from. Labrador Retriever traits often harden Mastiffs in more ways than one. These dogs are usually friendlier than purebred Great Danes and are often a little smaller. Most of them are a bit more sociable, although we still recommend early socialization. These dogs often still have a protective instinct, although they are not as strong as the Great Dane. So, it is important to temper this instinct with lots of socialization and early childhood learning. Number 2. Mastiff Presa Canario or Presa Canario and Mastiff Mix. This mixed breed is often created when people want a guard dog. The Presa Canario was originally bred as a protection against stray dogs, while the Mastiff was also bred as a guard animal. Therefore, when reassembling, you often find a decent quality inspector. These dogs are often much smaller than the Great Dane, although this is not always the case. They will need a lot of socialization at a young age to continue to accept strangers and dogs because of their very protective nature. In general, they are only recommended for those who are really looking for a guard dog. Your protective instincts can be pretty busy, unless that's what you're after. Although this breed is difficult to handle, their guard dog skills are top-notch. Number 1. Mastiff and Golden Retriever Mix. Given the popularity of Golden Retrievers, there is no doubt why they are one of the most popular mixed-breed Great Danes. Usually, mixing Great Danes with Golden Retrievers results in puppies that are slightly more energetic and friendly than purebred Great Danes. However, they usually still have some degree of territorial instinct, which can be a challenge for some owners. Often, these mixed races were smaller than Great Danes. However, how big they are will vary greatly. It is very likely they are below the Golden Retriever's range or above the Mastiff's range. As a mixed breed, these dogs are healthier than their parents. They can also live slightly longer lives simply because they don't have as many health issues to deal with. We discussed 16 Mastiff mixes. Comment your ideas below and which is your favorite dog breed. Subscribe and stay tuned with us for more cool updates.